Hi, so I thought I'd make a wee video about Paleo, which is the new sort of diet eating plan that I'm following. The concept is basically that you're meant to eat like a caveman, so you eat things that would grow in the ground naturally, fruit and vegetables. You'd eat things that once walked on the ground, so meat, and you'd eat nuts. You don't eat peanuts because they're a legume. The things you don't eat are legumes, dairy, sugar, and any grains. So that's rice and wheat and oats and everything. I think it's been brilliant so far. I've really enjoyed it. I haven't stuck to it 100%, I have to say. I've had a few slip-ups. For example, the other day I was out for dinner and I thought I'd ordered something perfectly paleo. I ordered chicken salad. It was roast chicken on the salad, but they put some cheese on the salad, so it wasn't exactly paleo, but we're nearly there. So there's some things that are a bit tricky, but generally it's working out really well, and I feel much better for it. And the only thing I would say that's quite hard to get used to, but once you're used to it, it's fine, is the weekly meal prep. You have to do, well, you don't have to, but it is a lot easier if you can prepare things ahead of time. And so I tend to buy in bulk at the beginning of the week, usually on the weekend, and then prepare it all, and then freeze it. And I was doing a bit of that beforehand, but with paleo it's especially important because whereas on my the thing I was following before, I did allow myself grains. It was pretty similar, but I did eat grains, I did eat dairy, so it was easier to have some quick meals and get them ready very quickly. Whereas now, because I have to be quite strict, I want to make sure food is always available. I've always got something I can eat, and it's handy and it's easy to heat up. So I was going to show you the sort of things I bought. I've laid it all out on the table, so I'm going to carry the camera over. Now I say camera, this is my computer, and it's not going to be smooth, so bear with me, but it's worth it, I promise. I'll show you the different things. Okay, come with me. So, here is my table of food for the week. I'm trying to get that in the shot. So let me start and go through each item. Okay, or go through not each thing, but all the things I think are important. So, okay, first thing I would definitely recommend is to get some coconut oil. Coconut oil is absolutely brilliant. It's sort of solid when you get it. It's in a jar and it's solid, but when you heat it up, it becomes liquid, and it's just delicious. I tend to stir fry it with some kale, and I have that with eggs in the morning for breakfast. Usually fried eggs these days. It used to be scrambled, but now it's fried, and it's really, really good. It has a light flavour, but it's a really nice flavour, and it's not overwhelming. So I think it's really, really good for cooking things in. And I think even if I wasn't paleo, I would opt to use this rather than olive oil. It also has a huge amount more nutritional benefits when used at heat. Olive oil is great cold, but when you heat it up, it tends to lose its nutritional properties. Okay, what else have we got? Today I bought some creamed coconut, and this actually is along the theme that I love coconut, so this is really good. I'm thinking about adding this to smoothies. I make quite a lot of smoothies with blueberries and almond milk, and I often add desiccated coconut, but I thought this might be a good substitute. I haven't got almond milk on the table, but that's something I would definitely recommend getting as well. It's really nice. I made a mistake the first time of buying sweetened. I didn't check the label, and you're not really allowed sugar on the paleo plan, and it tasted horrible, so I wouldn't do that. I would definitely go for the unsweetened, which is really light. It doesn't taste like milk. It tastes really light flavour, but it's lovely. I'm going to sit down, it might be easier. Okay, right, let me see what else I've got. Okay, coffee's allowed, so I've got lots of coffee, and that's probably the only reason I can see myself sticking to this, is that coffee and red wine are allowed, so that means I can actually put up with it for a long time. I buy a lot of eggs. That might last me most of the weekdays. It's free range. I would only ever buy free range eggs, and I definitely would advocate that too. Please, please, please only buy free range eggs. It's not worth it for the tiny, tiny difference in cost. You think of all the suffering of those poor wee chickens, so get this, please. Right, what else have we got? Oh, nuts. I've got just Brazil nuts this time, but that's because they were in the shop I was in on offer. And I do eat quite a lot of nuts, probably more than I should, to be honest, for paleo. I think it's better to cut down on them a wee bit, but you can eat quite a lot of fat, and that's where you get your energy from with paleo. What else have I got? I've got lots of meat, so I've got some mince, I've got some chicken thighs. I chose thighs because they're slightly fattier, and I've got a whole roast chicken. So what I'm going to do with this is the mince I'm going to make into a bolognese sauce, but I'm not going to put any spaghetti with it. I'm going to put some courgettes in there, some carrots, some onions, and I've got some garlic as well. and I bought tinned tomatoes and some passata, which is basically strained tomatoes. So I'm going to put all that into a sauce with some herbs, and it's really nice. I made that last week as well, and you can freeze it. I freeze it in these bags, which you just seal up and then put in the freezer and then take one to work every day. It's really, really easy. It makes things very simple. I've got butternut squash, which I'm going to roast with some thyme. And that's, my dad actually made it for me last night. I hadn't had it before. It was really nice, so I thought I'll give that a go this week. The chicken thighs I'm going to put into a stir fry. I actually tend to buy, and I don't know if all paleo advocates would suggest this because the veg is pre-cut, but it was on offer. I bought a reduced stir fry veg packet thing, and I'll stir fry that with some chicken thighs. I won't use all of them in that, and the rest of them I'll make into some sort of tomatoey sauce with some veg. I think the reduced section of the supermarket is absolutely essential because buying all this stuff full price is just so pricey. But if you can get some stuff reduced, it does help. With the meat, at the moment there's an offer in lots of supermarkets where you get 3 packets of meat for £10. So those 3 cost me £10, and that's great. So it doesn't actually add up that much. What else have I got? I've got sweet potato. I'm going to roast some vegetables as well to have with my roast chicken. So I've got sweet potatoes, I've got butternut squash obviously, and I've got the carrots, the rest of the carrots, and some parsnips as well. So I'll roast all of them. And then I've got a lot of fruit. Now, fruit is actually my downfall. I think I eat way too much of it. And the paleo plan says you should probably eat between 1 and 3 pieces, and I would say I eat about 7. So that's way too much. And I think I'm going to try this week and cut down to 5 each day, and then slowly reduce it. So that's the plan. Fruit-wise, I get a fruit and veg box delivered once every 2 weeks. I think I'm going to stop that though, to be honest, because although it's good, now that I'm on this plan, I kind of want to be able to control my food a bit more, and it's nice to get a wee surprise of what you get, but I think I would like to be able to choose things slightly more so I can plan ahead. In that I got avocados this week, which is great. I've got lots of bananas. They're great for post-workout meals. Lots of nice tomatoes. Lots and lots and lots of tangerines. They're my downfall because you can eat one in seconds and then have seconds and it thirds and goes on. Oranges, I've got big pears which aren't ripe yet but they'll be good, and I've got some kiwi fruit, and kiwi fruit again is something I can just eat by the handful. Well, I think one is a handful, so let's say eat by the multiple handfuls. And I haven't got them. I just realised I forgot Sharon fruit, which is my new favourite thing, and if my sister watches this she'll think it's hilarious that I mentioned Sharon fruit because I keep asking everyone I meet if they've tried it. But I wish I wanted to show you. I'll make another video another week, but it's like looks like a big orange tomato with a sort of funny leaves on the top, and it's absolutely amazing. And it tastes like a peach. It's just all the good stuff about fruit put into one. You can eat it all. It's just gorgeous, and they cost about £3 for a pound at the moment, which is fairly expensive compared to most fruit. So I don't always buy them, and also to be honest, once I have a packet, I'll eat all 3 at once. So I tend to try and make that a treat every so often, or else I would just eat nothing else but Sharon fruit. So that's my weekly prep. I will possibly put some photos up of what it looks like in the end. I don't think you want a whole other video about what it looks like, but I'll put that up. If I make any other things, I might put a wee video about them. One thing I want to try, I bought some sunflower seed butter, and I used to make this thing which was unsweetened cocoa powder, peanut butter, and what else was in it? Protein powder, and a few other things, and I can't make that anymore because I can't have the peanut butter, but everything else in it's okay. So I think I'm going to try making some of that. Or what I might do with it is, if you mash up a banana, put in a couple of spoonfuls of that and put in some unsweetened cocoa powder, put it in the freezer. It tastes like a sort of chocolate ice cream. It's really nice. Maybe a bit of cinnamon as well. It's really good. So I might give that a wee go this week as a wee treat, because I think that's what I'm struggling with, is the want for sugar, and I'm not wanting to have any sugar. I only want natural sugar. But before I used to curb those cravings by having like little treats that were full of natural sugar. But because of the peanut butter, that would be what I would use normally to make those tasty. So I can't use that anymore, so I'm trying alternative. Anyway, now that I've got everything home, I need to get prepping because I'm off out tonight. So I will hopefully see you all soon. I would say that CrossFit and Paleo together seem to work really well, and I have noticed a lot of changes in my body already. I've been doing CrossFit for maybe 2 months now, maybe a wee bit longer. And I've been doing paleo just for, just after Christmas. I started half-heartedly, and then I really started after New Year. But I've already found that I feel really strong. I had a cookie last week as well, and I felt awful afterwards. Not guilty, but just so ill. Like, it really wasn't good. So I think this way of eating is naturally designed for me. I will do tweaking over time. I think I will add, for example, I will reduce my fruit, and I will try and possibly add some oats, because I think the energy in the morning might be lacking. I'm not sure. I'll need to give it a wee go. But I'm really enjoying it so far, and I do think I follow rules very well, and I don't know how many of you feel that way, but I find that the fact that it's very strict and you know what you are and you aren't allowed to eat really does help me. So I hope this video is helpful for some of you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. I'm happy to help. And yeah, I would love to hear from you. Anyway, have a nice day. Take care. Bye.